matchup. I'm Todd Grisham. Next to me, of course, is Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was going to miss this.
Time for our tale of the tape. And introducing first the self-described greatest woman of all time, Claressa Shields. She's 173 centimeters tall with a reach of 173. Facing her, Terri Belter Harper, coming in at 146 pounds. That's one below the welterweight limit. She stands 5 foot 9 inches tall and has a reach of 65 inches.
Talk about hops.
Introducing first, Claressa Shields, the greatest woman fighter of all time, or so she says. Hard to argue when you look at her decorated career. Belter Harper. She won the IBO lightweight title in 2019 and the WBC lightweight title in 2020.
So excited for this fight. There is no nonsense here.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting.
So much hype. We waited a long time, and now we've got this fight. Beautiful counter punch. Insane action. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. Can't find a home for that jab. Really good buzz in the air tonight. This crowd waiting for something. Did you see that? Claressa Shields is in trouble. No, we don't see a knockdown.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Some nice exchanges from both women in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Right uppercut can't find a home. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice slip to avoid the jab. Blocks that jab. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Shields in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Don't let her get back into the fight.
Okay.
You've done all your work all the way through camp.
And there's the bell for round 2. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Counter puncher is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter puncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Hook misses. Misses with the jab. Good counter punch. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. The straight right just misses. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Shields in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
Nice round. Good round. I like that.
Okay, now you're switching off. Now you let her...
On to the third. The last round was massive for her, Johnny. How does she keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
The straight right just misses. Counter punches have to hurt. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
How about that time counter shot? They're both trying for a knockout. Good shot with the left. It's all offense all the time. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Shields in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
Get it. Now you're switching off.
Okay, I'm happy. I like that round. Good work. Now, I don't want you to load up.
To win this round, get your mind back. Get your focus back.
Okay, I'm happy. I like that round. Good work. I don't want you to load up.
Back at it in round 4. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Swing and a miss with that hook. You'd like to see more jabs. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Throws the jab but does not score. Nice stop, but that won't score. Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Shields in that last round. They've got the momentum, they've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fighter. Get out there and get the job done.
Okay, focus. Big, deep breaths.
Things are starting to heat up now as we enter the fifth. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. That right hook won't score. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
And shoot. You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Shields in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Wow, you know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, Bell, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
Okay, now you're switching off. You're starting to make mistakes and you're switching.
You were thinking, you were smart, you weren't loading up, you were still...
On to the sixth round. That last round was a debacle. Let's see if she can get things righted here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
She needs to be careful that she doesn't punch herself out. Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to thinking. You've just got to be smarter than it. You've got to be like a little Fagan, a pickpocket.
We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Jab misses. Counter shot by her. Just missed with that hook. Nice counter shot. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Shields in that last round. It has not been going well for her, and you can see the corner is starting to get a little more animated. They've got to inspire her.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important.
You switched off completely. Don't worry about it.
And there's the bell for round 7. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
She got clipped by that counter. As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
She scores with that counter. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're going to get knocked out. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. The straight right just misses. Incredible work rate. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Down goes Claressa Shields. I don't think we can truly appreciate what we saw unless we see it in slow motion.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Let's talk about Shields in that last round. Boy, this next round is going to be crucial considering the knockdown we just witnessed.
I love the response, though. Got back up, took a deep breath, thought, right, brush it off, get on with the job.
Good work.
Okay, now you're switching off. You've done all your work all the way through.
But you're still landing your power shots. Good work. Don't forget that jab.
Okay, focus, focus. Big, deep breaths, big, deep breaths. Calm yourself down. Come on, breathe, breathe. You're starting to make mistakes and you're switching off.
At a time, just set her up, you'll take her out. She's ready to go.
Okay, now you're switching off. Get your mind back on the job.
But you've got to be smart, otherwise she'll see it, she'll wiggle her way out. Get it.
Okay, don't worry about that round. Don't worry about that round. Let's go.
And there's the bell for round 8. You can see the frustration on her face in the corner. She knows it is go time now. Fight or flight. She's got to get back in it in this round.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
When you've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses, how do you deal with it?
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. She can't find a home for that jab. Punch, counter punch. When are we going to see a jab from these two? A lot of effort being exerted here. Can't land that jab. holding nothing back here in the round. Very competitive round with 10 seconds left. The three judges agree, and we've got a unanimous decision.
Unanimous? You know what? Smart that is. A total change of styles to make sure they got it. Had every round in the bag. There was no argument, no discussion, no mistake. It was so obvious.